Okay, I'm back. Sorry, this happened last time. I don't know what happens, but cuts out. Maybe because the music's playing and it doesn't like the music. Yeah. So, I'm back. Thanks, guys. Thanks, the Destroyer. Destroying things. Keep on destroying things. That's what we need. Be devoted. Be devoted to destroying things. Not really that good, but if you're devoted, that's all that matters. The Destroyer. You kind of have to be devoted to be the Destroyer, heaven, don't you? Oh. I figured out what I'll do. I will clarify some of those lines a little bit before I actually go into. Let's just turn off these bounding boxes. It's hot today. My voice is all froggy. Oh. I don't know if coffee's gonna help. So before some reason it's really light. Just darken it. I guess. I don't know. Let's just go in there. Honey, I'm home. All right, I'm just gonna refine some things to make sure I know what's going on. Yeah, let's spend some time doing that. Huh? Yeah. Just some elements that help me guide me along as I'm actually filling in those parts. Okay, I guess it is nice to have that bounding box there. One of the nice things about having it in really small scale is the roughness really helps with happy accidents and spawning good ideas and stuff without having to. It seems like when you're at this scale, you're a little more decided, a little more finalized. So yeah. So it's probably best if I just kept it a little smaller first. I don't know. Let's just go with it. Volte. Moe. What's up, Moe? Let's figure this out here. I was thinking like a flower or something right here. Or rope. Yeah. Yeah. So it's coming back to me. When doing this type of cleanup, it's probably best to not be so solid on the lines. This way, it still retains its kind of looseness, that you can get inspired from as you are cleaning up. So small little dashes here and there. Subtle suggestions. That's what I'm trying to say. They're all very subtle suggestions. That's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah. Yeah, and when you turn it off, when you turn off the lines, it's really just basic lines. So we're not going for that inked style. I'll try to go for a little more. And I think it's this technique is a lot faster too. What I am missing is references. I don't have any references up. So I'm just going off what I see. It's kind of I once me once a metal charm of some sort here. Wrapping. It's quiet now that I've gotten used to that music. You know what? I can play it. Yeah. But you can't hear it because I already muted the sound. Duh. It works. Thanks guys for letting me know that the stream cut off. Hopefully the episode actually blends in. Is this part 2? This is part 3. It's part 3. Well, part 2 of this the cover series. I wasn't planning on making a cover series, but I needed to get back to work. And I'll just use this opportunity to stream as well. And that, my friend, it's kind of half-assed devotion. I want to talk about that. See, my ideal is not to stream my work, is to stream personal stuff. And that's what I feel like, that's where I want to be. I want to stream my personal stuff. Now, what is devotion? What is it? What is it? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm still looking for it. But I'm beginning to figure it out. Kind of for myself. For me. I feel like it's devotion. Being devoted to something is different for everyone. But there are some core principles for sure that I think we can all agree on. If you don't agree with it, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, so I need to be a little more looser with this, I think. Yeah. Yeah, forgot that that shape there needs to be there. Whatever it is. Again, allowing it to inspire me as I go. There is an opening here for skin to show. Obviously, we need some skin. What's a badass sorcerer summoner that doesn't show a little bit of skin? It's not like they're going to get hit by debris or anything while they're summoning. Yeah, so I know what I can like say. We have to identify what is it that isn't, what is considered not being devoted to something. I think that's where you can start, is identifying what is not devoted. Let's list off a couple things. I think it's distraction. Distraction is probably the biggest part. Is when you're distracted, So devotion. If devotion is limiting your attention to something, then having our things in the way is going to be something that it's going to get interfere with your devotion. So for me, I was distracted by a lot of things, and it's a chain reaction. I was being distracted by a lot of news, a lot of noise, for the past 5 years or so, and it set me back a bit, and I had to really do some rethinking about it. First of all, let's figure out what I want it to be. I want it to be devoted to my art and my family. Art and family. Those are the two most important things to me. And I was doing okay with my art career, but I felt like I was dragging my feet. I wasn't living up to my dreams. I wasn't living up to my dreams, and what kind of dreams? I went to art school. I borrowed like $80,000 to go, paying it off now. But when I was there, every day was art. Every single hour. I guess having that structure was what forced me to do it. Money wasn't really the current concern. The structure, also the competition, that determination to be the best. Those were the things that kind of drove me forward. But once I graduated, I was on my own. So I just let myself slip. Once I felt comfortable, once I started getting work, I started getting comfortable. I stopped trying as hard. And there's a lot of reasons, I guess we can say, that was the case. Maybe I was drained. Maybe I was tired. I'm sure that has something to do with it. I was getting tired easily, getting tired of after drawing for 15 hours straight. I can that can be draining. My parents insisted on veterinary school. Huge debt. Yeah. So yeah, that's a huge debt for sure. I've gotten it down to like 50,000 now. No, like less actually, like 40,000. I've split it up between two separate loans. So, but anyways, veterinary school. So yeah, going back to the devotion thing. So like, talking about the Japanese again. I use the Japanese because shit, I was just there, man. It turned me into a weeb 9000. I was weebing out over there. Now, they're a little obsessive with this devotion. They're a little obsessive. But they get their shit done, okay? I know I mentioned this before, but their train system, their public transportation shits on all of ours. Okay, I rode BART to in and out of Frisco, and it's common for them to be late. You know, there's always technical difficulties. There's none. There's zero. There being late, it was not allowed. Like, it was just not. It's in their culture, just not to. It's not acceptable. And if they are late, I hear that they have to apologize to the passengers and write a personal note to everybody, apologizing. Their train system is like 10 times more complicated because everything's like everyone commutes through the train system, and it's like a maze sometimes trying to get through. I got lost a couple times, but it's normal because my friend said anyone who goes to Tokyo, or it's common even for Japanese people to get lost every now and then. It was just, but they've got it. They are able to keep their standards up even when it's that, you know, complicated. How are they able to do it? How are they able to manage that when they're making mochi? When they're making their animes, when they're making McDonald's, food, gardens, temples, their trains. There's a heightened sense of devotion and pressure, I think. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, because it can be debilitating, and they have, you know, as you guys might know, it's cases of suicide because of how much pressure there is to succeeding. It's kind of like they have all their eggs in one basket, and I think we just need a little bit. I need a little bit more of that because I know plenty of Americans who are devoted, like at Cynics and Ross and CT Chrysler. These guys are like inspiration to me. They have their shit together. Like, they don't just do it and kind of half-ass it. They are devoted. And being in Japan helped me see that with their culture. It's like that with everyone. I was watching, I don't know if you guys are familiar on Netflix. Since I stopped watching politics, I'm like, there's two things that I watch: art videos and Japanese shows, varieties and stuff like that. Because I'm trying to learn the language. I mean, get better at speaking it. So there's this show called Terrace House. It's a Japanese show on Netflix. It's an exclusive. You guys want to practice your Japanese, definitely watch that. It's awesome. Terrace House. It's just about it's like I guess imagine like Jersey Shore, but for the Japanese, and their drama is a lot more tame, I guess. A lot more tame. Like, everyone's really respectful all the time. Even when there's drama, there's a way. You know what I mean? It's very wholesome. How about that? It's wholesome. It's all wholesome. Everything's wholesome. But anyways, the kids who go in there are all pursuing different things in their life. There's like there's a ballerina. There's like a chef. There's an architect. There's a tap dancer. They all seem to like are doing something with their life. But there's this common thing where that I saw with the kids. They're all like between 18 to 29 years old. The housemates. So they have strangers come live together, and then they have to get along and become friends, and become couples and date and stuff like that. So 3 girls, 3 boys, and then they switch out the guys and girls every two months or so. They leave. But they have this thing where I noticed they're like rearing or guiding each other. Like, a common thing is, what are you doing with your life? Why aren't you pursuing your fireman career a little more? Why aren't you like, man, I saw him. He wasn't like, they would say stuff like, oh, I saw Makoto. He wasn't practicing his baseball anymore. He says he wants to get better. And they would do like a family intervention thing, like, hey, let's get back on track. And the kid's like 21 years old. And the kid's like, it's like they all have all their eggs in one basket. It's like I have to make it into the professional career, otherwise I'm screwed. Like I have to become a professional ballerina. There can only be 3 out of the whole country every year. And unless I make it, I'm screwed. And you could see that pressure. I'm like, dang. The only one who's not like that is the American Hawaiian guy. He's like half Japanese, half Hawaiian, or half Iranian. And his goal is to be happy. And he's like teaching them, like one of the guys, like, I just want to, like, my goal is to be happy. And they're like, dang, that's something that they felt like they were jealous about. They were jealous. And they were like, maybe that's something they needed to be reminded of. Because at first they were getting on his case. Like, hey, you're 25 now. It's time to be an adult. Let's focus more on the... Yeah, there's subtitles. There's subtitles. You can watch it. And I felt like, geez, there's just... They have another level. Like, if they met me, like, damn, what a slacker. You know? A slacker. So yeah, I was just watching that, and I'm just like I said, it goes back to that whole discipline and devotion. I'm just watching, like, how did it get that way? So I'm just trying to find out with myself, and I don't need any more distractions. That's what it came down to. I'm distracted too much, and the type of distraction is only causing more stress. Politics is not a fun thing to watch. It may be stimulating. Can be entertaining. But what happens is you choose a side. You choose sides. You have an opinion that you made about something. Then you feel like you need to share it because you feel like you know something. And then there's problems. And if it's day after day after day after day of that, it becomes a weight. It becomes a weight. And you get sucked in. You can't do your work. You look forward to watching what's the next gossip, what's the next problem, what's the next, what's going on right now. That's how you get sucked in. Which do you prefer, Photoshop or Paint Tool Tie? I haven't used Paint Tool Tie. I prefer Photoshop. I've seen those two. But I hear Paint Tool Tie is Paint Tool Tie. Paint Tool Sai is similar to Manga Studio in the pencil aspect, the penciling. Yeah. If you're 40 years old, you don't know. Some people don't know what they want to do. One of the things was this coffee girl was like, this coffee barista girl. It was the first set of kids there. There was a 27-year-old tap dancer and then this girl who was a barista, and they were like questioning each other, like, what do you want to do with your life? I think if we're gonna be friends, we need to be invested in each other. I think that's important. That's what he says. And then she gave her answer like, well, I want to do something with coffee. I like people. I like how people interact. I want to have something to do with coffee. Build. Maybe she didn't say coffee shop per se, but I mean that's what she was implying, and it was good enough for me. I was like, that's fine. That's fine. It's a good answer. It's like, no, I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it figured out. I don't think you have it figured out, Mizuki. She started crying. She's like, I gave it the best I could. I tried to answer him. And then everybody else was like, felt really bad. They're like, damn, this fool. It's like, yeah, not everybody knows what the fuck they're gonna do with their life, and that's all right. It's okay. It's not always about grinding. For some it is. For some it takes more time. For me, I feel like I need that right now because I wanna, like, my ambitions. I have a lot. I have big goals for myself, And I'm never going to get there unless I am devoted and have more discipline. The 27-year-old guy who is a tap dancer, he's a really good tap dancer. He's won like 3 national competitions, and because he knew what he wanted to do for his entire life. So the show's also about getting the girl or getting the guy, and I'm like, dude, you're not winning any points with her. You're just making her cry. I'm like, you're shitty at picking up girls right now. Yeah. So I figured I need to recalibrate, unsubscribe to everything that's stressful, and just focus on my art, my craft. Like, just focus on what I love to do. And it's been since I got back from Japan, like 2-3 weeks, and it's been really happy. Like, I've been really happy. I've been able to sleep a lot better and everything. It's just, I have less to worry about. I'm not thinking about everything. I'm not thinking about anything. You know? I'm just thinking about art. Like, what's next? What's the next move? I'm not like, what's the next drama? Let me check up on my 10 to 15 subscriptions on politics. What's happening in the world? What kind of bullshit is there going on today? Because it's all just bullshit. Everything's just bullshit. The thing you can do if you want to help the world, my philosophy now. It's a Buddhist philosophy too, but it has nothing to do with religion. If you want to see peace in the world, be the peace that you want to see in the world, and your world will be peaceful. Stay neutral, and that's the least you can do. If you're not spreading negativity and hate, and you're focused on your life and enriching your life, you're helping enriching other people's life. And it's a lot more than trying to debate and argue with people who disagree with you. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help the world a lot. Pursuing your own goals. As long as you're not hurting anybody and you're living an honest life, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. Just don't hurt anyone. You know what I'm saying? Call me on tandem. Gintama. That's what I do with my life. Gintama. Is that One Punch Man? I forgot his name. Not sure if that was him. I don't like this small little band thing like that. I need to beef it up a bit. Raphael Silvas. I met Ralph over in Anime Expo. Cynics just called me. I don't know if I should mention it now, but we're planning on doing Anime Expo again this year. I'm gonna be there, possibly with Ross again. Well, I already talked with him. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it this year. I just found out today. We're doing it again. We're going in. We're doing it live. Me, Ross, and Cynics. We're gonna have a table. So if you guys are around LA, Anime Expo, we'll be there. Okay, see you guys there. Hang out. We'll have a seat for you. Just sit down. Take a seat. Chillax. I just need to get some art ready. Not as stressful because I already have some art. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this thing here. A lot more clear. A little more focused. We don't need too much detail. We don't need too much detail at all. See? Just that's it. Detail will come. Detail will come. Just, we need a little bit of a direction here. A little more idea. A little more devotion. A little more commitment. That's what I was looking for. That commitment. That commitment. Commit. So I wanted some sort of something here. A little more impressive than this little ball of nothing. Something like that. So yeah, watching YouTube is not devoted. It's not being devoted to what I want to do. Watching, not YouTube, but watching this drama out here. It's not devoted. And why is this such a big deal? Because it means limiting your attention. Making the decision to, no, I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm not going to watch that. I'm good off of that. I'm just going to focus on what I love to do. And it's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. I'm trying to find it right now. Now, I want to talk about how was I able to accomplish the things that I have accomplished. And I think for me, I got lucky. Because how does somebody do it? Because I feel like I'm a huge slacker still. But how did I get to where I was? It's because, honestly, I feel like I have like a condition. I feel like, like I don't know if it's for sure. I haven't been diagnosed. My brother has been diagnosed, but it's like ADHD. He has ADD. And we're very similar, but different, a different type. Because I was like, I'm not super scatterbrained. I am, but it's a different kind of scatterbrain. It's called attention hyperfocus disorder. That's what I think it is. And it's when you're stuck on an idea and you can't get off of it, or when you get sucked into something and you can't jump off of it. So for art, it's a double-edged sword. Again, it means when I am doing something productive, I'm really focused. I'm focused 100%. Like, I also sing for fun. And I've sung before practicing. Like 24 hours straight, no sleep. I've drawn before for 35 hours straight during school. And even for work. And that's not normal, I don't think. And people always ask, how do you find the drive or the discipline to do things? The thing is, it's not hard for me to get lost in it. It's hard to get started. Once I get started, though, I'm hooked. That's why my streams always tend to last longer than I say for an hour. Look at Psycher. When we have a meeting and stuff, he's very specific. He's like, let's do this, and when it's time's up, it's time's up. There's no ifs, ands, buts. Just we're done. But for me, I kind of get stuck. So it's hard for me to shift off of things. And when I'm drawing, I get sucked into it. Like right now, I can stream for another 2 hours, but it's like, it's learning. It's a work in progress. I have to learn how to call it finished, done. Except when it's on my own time, I gotta just focus on my art. Just let it be. Use the good side of the blade to cut everything. Attention defect hyperactivity disorder. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity. No, I have ADF. No, AHFD. Attention hyperfocus disorder. I know what attention deficit disorder is, or hyperfocus. Anyways, yeah, it's a thing. I was like, wait a second, wait. What is this? And it turns out a lot of successful artists actually have it, or actors even have it. But this is all just kind of like speculation, to some people. HDMI. It doesn't. HDMI cords. Yeah, I got a couple HDMI cords. Those are good. Those are good. They're very helpful. Matter of fact, I'm using some of those right now to get my screen up. I got her done. I think that's good. I think that's enough information to work off of. There's more detail that I want, but I guess we can figure out more stuff later as I go. Like I said, the show is going to go for an hour, and it's already going to be 5 minutes, and the show is being over. Yeah, so let me finish up my thoughts, and then, yeah, we'll wrap it up. No exceptions. No exceptions. This is what it is. This is what it is, you guys. I have to. I have to do it. So, devotion, right? Gotta find that devotion. Gotta find it. Be devoted. Be devoted to what you want to do. Whatever it is in life. Give it your all. Give it your all. Some of the girls on the show was like, well, one of the girls, like I said, the ballerina, she had a talk with her coach. They said, this is your last chance. She's 23. They had this thing, ballerinas, like if you want to be a pro, you can they only pick about 3. You need to be the best out of all of Japan. You need to be like a top 3 in order to become professional. And she was like, I gotta make it, otherwise I don't know what else to do. It's like I said, all eggs in one basket. And the coach was saying, you gotta quit that show. You can't see boys. You can't do anything else with your life except train. She had 2 months at the show. She hung out with the people once. So she was the hardest on herself. But she ended up making 6th place and actually going pro. She actually got picked, even though she wasn't 1 out of 3. But she quit the show, and everybody was so supportive of her. And it was like, there it goes. Do things like you mean it. And it shouldn't be difficult. Shouldn't be difficult. The creator of Eva, Hideaki Anno, says that he believes the anime industry is full of people with Asperger. I think Miyazaki said something along those lines too. It's possible. It's very possible. Now, hold on a sec. Don't think of my words as like religion, you know what I mean? I don't like, it can be different for anyone. Like I said, it's different for everybody, and some people are able to consume the news and live a normal life. They have balance. There's balance. I tend to be the kind who's overboard with everything, with anything. I'm very just like I'm always a little overboard. So it's all or nothing. It's like an addict. You don't give addict like, well, in some cases you do help addicts out by supplying them with a little bit of doses of drugs. But say an alcoholic, you don't drink. Like, you're just not allowed to drink if you're an addict. Not a sip. Not a sip. And I think that's fine. I look up to like I said, Cynic, Sakura, CT, Ross, Crown Prince, Sakimi-chan. There's a lot, obviously. I mean, the big ones like Kren's Art Germ, Kush Art, Kren's Art. Those are my idols. And those people didn't get there by being distracted. They have a passion for things, for stuff. And they're all in. They're all in. Let's try to do another one. I said I would stop. I know, but I'm having too much fun. And I'm not done. All right, I'm not done with the show yet. Let's put on no, let's not put on a song. Well, I have to listen to a song. I will hear the song. You won't hear the song. Get things flowing. Have a sip of coffee. Trump. I can't say. I have no opinion on it. I used to talk for days. Especially with my brother. And friends, anybody who wants to talk about it, I just talk. But don't start nothing, won't be nothing. So, I won't start nothing. That's maybe one of my last rants, I guess, on devotion. Maybe I can talk about other things that are deep and, I don't know, philosophical, but yeah, I'll try to not make it a habit if it's annoying. Yeah, just focus on the art. Art's supposed to be fun. Yeah, it is. We're gonna have fun. We're having fun. You having fun? I'm having fun. This is fun. Let's figure this guy out a little bit here. It's a werewolf! It's a werewolf! So I wanna YouTube more often. I'm doing that now. See how long I last. But I'm looking to do as much as 2 episodes a week. And I want to do more actual like edited videos, not just live streams. Once and then stream once. It's supposed to stream like at the end of the week. But again, it comes down to me slacking off again. Slacking off. Gotta get on it. Subjects. Let me see. Don't speak about any more negative subjects unless I have a choice to change it. Focus on the negative instead of focusing on moving forward is a waste of time. Yeah. Complete waste of time. It really is. It really is. And that's another thing that I talked about in my other video. You know, if I really wanted to do something about it, which I do want to try someday in the future, I want to try to open up a school in Cambodia for the third world country, and try to teach something, maybe art or something, when I have the resources, try to. But if I'm gonna look at that stuff, pay attention to it, that means I need to do something about it. It makes you feel like you need to do something about it. And some things you can do is become like a journalist. You can try to go into politics, try to change it in from the inside, but we know that's difficult. You can be a humanitarian, like you can go and help build schools and things like that. You can do that. But unless you're gonna do that, you're just stroking your ego, like you know something, like you're better than everyone because you're more informed. I guess, like I said, to some people it works. Some people you can have that balance where being informed, quote unquote, and living a normal life is possible. For me, it's not possible. And there's no such thing as some. I guess it's important. It's important to stay in the loop, stay updated. You got to know what's going on in the world. I had that opinion. I always said that. I always said no, but it's important. You gotta know what's going on in the world. No, you don't. If you don't have time for it, If you want to be devoted and focused, and you want to become one of the best, Kim Jong-gi doesn't spend his days looking at the news and or conspiracy videos or science related or just wasting his time binging on stupid shit. They don't do that. They don't do that. I chose to be an artist. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be an artist. An artist. You know, I lost that kind of light that I had as a kid. Became just about work. To be an artist. That's what I want to do. So, you got to do it. 100%. Comes our approach, that's basically try drawing what you want first, then go study whatever not going out right first. Yeah. When it comes to art, definitely, I mean, do it the natural way. Why do kids draw? They like drawing because it's fun, and what do they draw? They usually draw what they like. I like drawing Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was cool. I would collect cards, and I would copy the cards to the best of my ability, like little sticker cards, graphics, posters. Sometimes X-Men comics, because my cousin, he was big on X-Men. And so he had some X-Men comics. And I would look forward to the next thing I would copy. And mimicking is a really, really good way of starting. Really, really good way. It's not bad at all. Because it trains your eye to see things. And to see things. If you're used to seeing something a certain way, you'll be able to catch mistakes and stuff. It'll also assist you in learning things too. So if you want to learn stuff, you go to art school or practice YouTube or whatever, you will be able to follow directions or take instruction and apply it properly, and you know what I mean? Apply it properly. This arm right here. This arm feels broken to me, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't feel broken. He's gonna be in shadow, so it don't matter. It don't matter. I think what happens though, I think it's this here. It's too low. I'll have to take a picture of myself later and get it right. It's all just from my head. I would drop the elbow a bit. Oh man. Because it didn't fit into the picture, I started trying to squeeze his arm in there. So now it's like, yeah. I like it cropped better. So I've cropped. It should be fine. It's fine. He's a werewolf. Werewolves have weird arms. It's okay. Yeah. Let's get some musculatures. He's not a werewolf. By the way. What was I talking about? I forgot. Question. Oh yeah, starting drawing. Did you have trouble to find work where you can use your own art style, more Asian style like manga? I like the way you phrased that. More Asian style or like manga, Eastern Asian style. Scusi. No, I think and this time, maybe 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago was more difficult. But I think the generation where they're like anime was popular are now in the industry, or they are the adults, and it's become a little more easier. Yeah. And I like the way you phrased it, because you said manga style and Asian instead of just anime, because anime is very just generalization. I don't like that word anime. People tend to think, sometimes, for example, look at a style like Kim Jong-gi. Is that anime? I mean, he tends to draw in a very Eastern style, big eyes sometimes with the girls, but I don't know if he's a fan of anime. I think that's the inclination of his style because of his origin, maybe? Like, how about this? We all have our own perceptions of our ideals. We have our ideals, and I think that manga-esque look is just the Eastern version of ideals. They prefer more simplified aesthetic, more innocent type. Their colors are more vibrant and watercolory, lighter. There's an emphasis on composition and like in manga, there's it's not about the animation. It's about how the story is told in visuals, and that was limitations because of budget. So instead of having 1,000 frames, I mean, like 24 frames, they worked on like 12 frames a second, and so budget limited their style, and limiting your style also means the style of characters that you choose to draw. Everyone has the same face, more or less. Okay, I'm not saying exactly the same face. Instead of worrying about like overall shape structure, their difference can be the colors of their eyes or hair. Not all animes, obviously. I mean, look at Akira. Some Studio Ghibli. It's just a wide range, and that's a huge that's a big subject, big subject I'd like to talk about, because there's a lot of misconceptions about it. A lot of misconception. You'll hear it all the time when someone who's not really in the art world will look at something and see it as anime, when really it's just an Asian dude drawing, like, not necessarily anime. Forgot who it was. There was a show. It was annoying. It was pretty annoying because show. Is it a show? No, it was a YouTuber actually. It was a YouTuber. Said something about how to draw anime or something like that. I forgot who it was. But I was like, that's not anime. You're drawing a picture. Anime's animation. Oh, I'll get back. I'll figure that out. It'll come to me, and I'll talk about it next time. Yeah. Sidetrack. I think you're right, Yevril. I think you're right. It wasn't Jazza. I think it was Mark. Said something. Ooh, it was one of his videos. I don't hate on his style. I like his work actually. He's dedicated. He's one of those devoted people. Dedicated. But his he was spreading that weird definition. Or was it? No, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was Keenan Lafferty. Yeah. I don't know. By the way, I like that guy. He's awesome. I love his personality. He's an inspiration too. Actually, that's where I got the well, Jazza and just in general. He and Day 9, he brought it up. I also watched Day 9 too, and he said that, that's where he got it from. I was like, man, I've been wanting to stream my face to get that interaction, that connection with you guys instead of just a screen. I always wanted to do that. John Silva, my man, that's John Silva. He's another one of those guys. Look up to him. So I think the style, this way of drawing is really nice, relaxing. I'm not inking. I'm not sitting here trying to ink. It's gonna stiffen the drawing. Stiffen it. This bicep. I mean, this tricep here. This is the bone that goes into it. And if that's the case, this wraps around this way. And this wraps around this way. Why does it look so weird? I think it's because of this joint here. We'll figure it out later. Again, he's in shadow, so it's okay. Forgot what it was. I'll figure it out. Ralph, man, how you been? Raphael, man, you're a tall dude. Tall and very muscular. It's a buff guy. Like 6'5" or something like that. You gonna be at Anime Expo? You gonna be at Anime Expo? Want to do it this year? I was not planning on doing it at all. I was like, I just got back from Japan. I'm tired. Cynics calls me. He's like, Jet, you're doing Anime Expo? I was like, no way. I'm tired. He's like, come on, let's go, come on. I was like, okay. Like, wasn't planning on it. Do some smaller strands here. Have you watched Dragon Ball Super yet? I got to episode, I think, 30. And I stopped. See, that's another thing. Gotta watch more anime. Gotta get into the anime. Gotta get into the animes. Like the good old days. You know what I'm saying? That's devotion. That's devotions. I should really look at how these muscles work. I'm just kind of guessing everything. Eesh. Whatever. Whatevs. Gotta make sure it looks like he's looking at her. Or kind of side-eyeing her. Oops. Flip it around. Hey, Jetty. What's up? What's up, Lou? Urkuiola. I'm sorry. I messed it up. Sorry if I messed it up. There we go. I think that's a lot better. Yeah. How you doing, Ukalola? Good to have you in the show, man. Really appreciate it. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. 20. Dang, I was on this for another 30 minutes already, huh? Time flies, man. Time flies. See, I don't just like I gotta go look at some references of legs and stuff. This is a tricky part right here. It's gonna be shadow, man. I just gotta not worry about it too much. Just not worry about it too much, man. I don't like his hulkiness though. He's not a hulky dude. Is there a bicep there? This thing goes this way like this. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, what the heck am I doing? Lats do that, don't they? They go into it and they insert right up into it like that. We need ribs. We don't need ribs. Do we need ribs? We don't need this thing in here either. We don't need that. We don't need this. We don't need that. I wanna get this right. I think it'd be cool to really focus in on this back muscle here. Yeah. It's weaving. See how it's got that weave going? It's got that weave. Something like that. It looks a little more correct. You're just wild card, Jetty Man. You always do a stream on YouTube. You always do surprise attack. That's right. That's right, one. I always do surprise attack. Welcome back. That's what I meant to say. Welcome back. Welcome back. Surprise attack. That's what it is. We going surprise attack today. So I'm attacking you guys right now with a surprise. With a string. Booty shot. Booty shot. Booty shot. Too finished. Too finished looking, I think, this guy. Too stocky. Dang. This muscle right here. Maybe that's what it is. That's where that attaches there. He's not a really buff dude. This is him. That's him right there. That's him and her, actually. It's giving me a different style, you know. I feel like I've improved with that flat kind of style, but a little bit more. Yeah. So that's the dude. He's gone evil. His hair is full white now. Ooh. Get out of the way. Jeez. Always blocking my way. His hair's you know what it is? Too fluffy, too curvy. I'm gonna have to yeah, too curvy. Too curvy. That curve, I think it's softening his character a bit. He's gotta have a little more edge to him, doesn't he? I kind of tend to do that, soften everything. I'm drawing girls a lot, so. I gotta have some Yu-Gi-Oh in here. Some Yu-Gi-Oh up in here. Zam. Buddha's hot. Young. It's alright. But thank you very much. I'm okay. I'm trying. Trying. Could be better. Right? That's all. That's what we all feel. Unless you're cynics. I kid. I kid. Huh? This hair is kind of weird. Okay. Ross just messaged me. Ross, are you on? Do you need to know? Nah, man. Hold on a sec. Maybe see if I can. No, I won't. I haven't talked to him in a while. He's gonna. If I try to stream with him, it's gonna prolong it even more. There it is. I think it's coming around. So I'm going to complete this drawing. Yeah, it's got a better feel to him. Let's get more hair over here. Get that shoulder to block. Get a nice shoulder there. A little shoulder action. A little more. See? Overlap. We got the heel rolling. We gotta go rolling over the heels. It's going over to the other side. Like that. And we got like the heels. Overlap. Now this is actually hair. So we gotta make sure see how if I do that, it's more rolls. We don't want that. We want to have a strong separation, and so we go the opposite way. So if that goes that way, the shoulders go this way. But it might change. I don't know. That one's okay. This one's okay. Yeah. But. You can do it, young. You can do it. You can do it. Trust me, you can do it. You will do it. If you draw, you can do it. It just takes a little time. I honestly believe that. Like, if you draw and you keep drawing, you will be good. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. There's no room for doubting yourself, because that doubt is just weight, extra weight. You don't need it. You're gonna get there. That's all you got to tell yourself, is you will get there. Everyone. You look at all the artists. They all have their beginnings, their origin. You know, everyone started off crappy. You know, matter of fact, I think this guy, he needs more edge to his whole entire body. Yeah. A little more edge in his whole body. Didn't put much thought into that, actually. I was just drawing. You got to think about these things. Shaping, shape language, and it's the way you stress your lines. It's all has an effect on everything. I don't like this part. It is overlapping. I gotta look it up. Yeah. It's looking garbage right now. So that's now. It's a really what's the word? Weird angle. Yeah. I'm okay. Thank you. Ah, there it is. I think his shoulder was, that part was a little bit too high of an overlap. Yeah. No? Yeah? Oh. Yeah, you know, back in the day, I used to be like, man, how could I ever possibly get as good as, you know, the artists that I would admire? There's no way. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense because you're not there yet. So obviously, it's not. It doesn't. It just feels almost impossible. You know, it feels almost impossible. No, it feels impossible. Not almost. It does. It feels impossible. I know that feeling. Just go look at my old work. Like, look at my old work. And look at everyone else's old work. After you do 1,000 characters, then see where you are. And if you still aren't improving, then start saying, damn, I don't know about it. Maybe this isn't for me. But that's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. I've seen some of the worst artists come to become some of the best artists. So be careful who you're treating, man. Look out. Be respectful to people. It's all about respect. Because like during art school, it was really just cliquey. Like there's a lot of people who are just in there just hating on each other simply because of their ability. It's retarded. And I think that comes from low self-esteem issues. Like they're art nerds coming from you know, a history of just being a hermit to becoming the shit. The shit. Kind of goes to your head. But one of the things the teachers would say is everyone's going to be on the same level at one point, at some point, if they you know, keep going. Those people, they all did. Everybody's on. They're all. Some people will do like Christmas cards, greetings. Some people are working on the video game. Some people, you know, whatever they did. If these are, I'm talking about the people who continue doing their art. It's like they're successful at it, and they have a certain level of discipline to them, and beauty, signature. And some of the best actually fell off. Some of the best obviously went up. But it's pretty wrong to be like, oh shit. To be hating on people just because they suck. Or they're amateur or whatever. Everyone's going to be good. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's going to be good. I know when I first started getting serious in my art, back in 2007, going to art school, there wasn't as many artists as there is now. Like, look at Pinterest. There's just a sea of art. It's flooded. It's flooded. Like, because where are these artists coming from? They're all the people who've been drawing. Everyone's just keep getting better. Everyone who just was drawing are still drawing. All that detail for what? I don't know. If I need to slide him around, it'll come in handy. Let's get some more focus here. I'm having a good time. I'm actually working. I'm not, you know, it's not just stream. So maybe maybe it's a long hour. I hate it when I watch speed paintings or drawings in YouTube because it makes no sense and it never helps. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. A lot of times, those are a little more advanced, and Like for me, it makes sense because I kind of do it and I understand the process. But for people who are starting off, it's really not helpful. I'm getting too caught up in these muscles. Yeah. See? There it goes. One of the things for me I need to work on is learning when to stop and being done. Like I said, it's fine. We're going to be streaming a little longer, but in terms of knowing your stages, calling it done. Move on to the next one. Some artists can do it for like 5 minutes, move on to the next one. 5 minutes, move on to the next one. 5 minutes, move on to the next one. Oh, I envy that so much. That's my envy right there. So what if I just pinched him off a bit more here? Silhouettes really help. Because I want that flow to come here. It's kind of just, he's just so straight doing that pose there. And let's give these guys some silhouettes, some proper silhouettes, and then call it a show, okay? And the next time you see me, it might all be done. Or it might not. I'll better message Ross. This is like, what the hell happened to you, Jet? The hell? Oops, I just messaged Psycho on accident. Oh, I'm streaming, Psycho. I was like, okay. Oh no. Oh no, I'm good. He was just asking if I needed anything to know about for Anime Expo. I'm good. I'm streaming. Dow, yeah. Will. Oh yeah, music, music. They just come out in the sketch at the end of the line. Sometimes they come a little bit wavy. Maybe my problem is trying to trace along entire precise line. That's probably it. That's another, yeah. That's the Hi Brazil. Later, 4, 3, 3, 2. Keep it pimping. Keep it popping. Because I don't know if you're a pimp. Let's get this one open. Thought maybe I could show her on the front while I do this. So these lines are meant to contain the form a little bit, so it's not like up in the air for when I'm painting. And the silhouette is definitely to contain the painting. So I don't need to stick to those lines completely. Oh, see you later, you gift. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Catch you later, man. Keep up the good work. Stay awesome. Uh-huh. There we go. Much better flow in that silhouette, in my opinion. It's alright. What up, Drag? What's good? There's always something left I wanted to say. Okay, I know. Yeah, I guess I didn't finish talking about what type of things are not devotion. So what are some things? Like we talked about distractions, watching too much crap that it's gonna cause you to delay your work, procrastinate. Some other things, waking up late, missing your day. You miss your day? Can't get nothing done if you're asleep. Can't get nothing done. They're trying to identifying the issues that are bugging you, that are plaguing your life is the first step to kind of finding that success. And I'm trying to find the issues, because like I said, I'm terrible, like at my sleep. I'm better now. And so I needed to do something to fix my sleep, and that thing was, knocking out the distractions helped me with my sleep, because I'm now not stressed out at the end of the day. I have less to think about at night, so I sleep better. And I also have like this theory that my sleep was also being destroyed or messed up by all the dust in the room. There's dust. It's a dusty room. So I bought this nice air filter right here. Check it out. If you guys are having problems with dust. Oh, that's not. Oops. Oh, you can see. This right here. I said, you know what? Why not? This room. I gotta wake up with a now I wake up with a clear nose and mouth, and I'm not like all dehydrated. I'm a little more. I feel good in the morning, because if you think about what all that dust can do to your insides, if you have a dusty room, all that dust will absorb the moisture in your body. And I was thinking maybe that's causing me to feel dehydrated. And I tried it, and it works. Feels so nice. Feels so nice in the morning. It's like, wow. I'm like in the Himalayas. Or I feel like I'm at the snow. So I'm taking steps to try to improve my life. Trying to improve my life. And I talked about moving to Japan and working there. Now I need to clarify that. I do want to live there. I do want to move there. But I'm thinking about, I don't necessarily need to live there. What I mean is the happiness that I experienced from being there, it was a mental thing. So like I can still, like I want to be there like mentally, meaning free from the weight of the world and just clear. Because when I was there, like I said, I wasn't bogged down with all this stress. I only thought about Japan while I was there. I was in the moment, just enjoying myself and not worrying about everything. Not social media, not art, just there. Like what was in front of me was what I was focused on. And man, it felt good. 2 weeks, no news. It's like shit. I feel like a kid again. Like my goodness, this is when I was a kid. You don't care about shit, man. And I was like, oh, I came back and then it's easier now. I realize, no, I live in California. I realized, man, that's where I want my head to be. That happiness, and you can have it. You can have it. It's depressing when you come back and you're like, let's watch some news. Like, what? I got time for that. Really? So I do want to live there, but it doesn't have to be there. I don't have to be happy to live there. You can be happy by just limiting the information that you take in. For me, like I said, people can balance their lives. But I needed to limit the attention that I'm, because attention is precious. You got to be what's the word I'm looking for? You got to delegate where you want to put your attention. Because time is precious. Time is precious. Be conscious of where you're putting your attention. If you want to be good at something, identify what's causing issues and what's holding you back from getting to where you need to be, and remove those distractions. Like literally, remove them. Just get rid of them. People causing you trouble, get away from those people. Holding you back. Get away. When I start to ink my drawing, I have trouble to trace the entire precise line over the sketch. They come on. Yeah. So if you're gonna do that approach, because I used to always do that too, it's difficult. It really is, especially if you're just using a drawing pad. I'm using the Intuos right now. I mean the Cintiq, and it takes practice. It takes a lot of practice to get good at that. I know this. Where are the words at? There it is. I need this color. Put it right there. It does take practice. Some steps you can do is, I have a couple videos on that. I would direct you at that. I know it sucks when people like say, no, I can't help you. Go over there. Get away from me. Dang it. I want this color, but I can't get it back. What you can do is you can try to ghost over your lines. You ghost over them, you know, like ghost, like, because since I'm having a Cintiq, I don't have to ghost. It's right there. I can just right on top of it. I'm drawing on top of the screen, so I can see it. But the weird thing was when I switched over to Cintiq, I was still anticipating the ghost. I was trying to find a ghost. This was hard. I mean, it was funny just trying to turn that part of my brain off. So it really is difficult. Just you got to practice some things. I would suggest doing like 3 levels, doing something really rough, and then when you do it again, have it slightly cleaner, and then the third time a lot cleaner than that. And you would do them separate layers. Zoom in, go at it, slowly, like this. Look at your line before you stroke it, and then do it. You have to try to synchronize your mind with the movement of the cursor. I was doing that for a good 10 years or so. So, takes practice. Man, whatever, I'm good there. Okay. So I got that. Should have been a lot faster. I was using a slow technique. You saw how the girl was a lot easier, a lot faster. So let's save that color. Faster, just gotta stay rough, stay loose, and also you can also stay rough and loose when you're doing your if you're using a tablet, you can stay rough and loose, and use the lines underneath as inspiration. Don't try to stick to it too closely. Don't try to stick too close. Daisuke, what's up, buddy? How you been? Good to have you. Dawson, how you doing? Did you learn on your own or get schooling? Yeah, I learned how to draw on my own. First, I loved drawing as a kid. But then I did go to school to practice, to learn the actual foundations, like anatomy, color theory, perspective. Definitely, all that stuff that I learned at school can be learned anywhere for a lot cheaper. For free. For sure. You want to learn perspective? Type perspective. You'll get perspective. Type in the word perspective in YouTube. Get on that. Something like that. Just gotta do. I mean, just gotta do it. I mean, after you've been drawing for a long time, you're bound to get better. I mean, it's how things are. You know? Let's go and refine her colors a bit more too. Good, dude. Traditional art is the best. It's the best. It's really requires a lot of discipline to do traditional art. Patience. And money. Because it can get expensive. Paints. Material. Being devoted to something means that's what you do. You don't have any distractions. I mean, life can be distracting, but it's where your focus is. You're not doing all kinds of things at the same time. Oh no, I was on the wrong layer. Crap. When was it? Oh, okay. Let's use a fill tool. Yeah, let's do that. Faster. Oh, shit. Just gotta follow that there. Now, settings are all different. But I think... Oh. There's a way where you can just fill it in. Multiple reference? Yeah, that's the one. Go to click that. Multiple reference. Go to this one. I forgot what it was. Let's turn this. Close the gap. It's nice. Ah! I guess it's good for some things. Not at this point. I'm gonna like leave the stream and like remember everything I wanted to say. So much I wanted to talk about. But then when you're drawing, you're not thinking so much. So self-taught. Have you heard of app called Drawing Amino Illustrations? No, I haven't. Basically what I was saying was I was lost. Now I'm found. Finding. I'm looking. Bigger parts. It's an endless cycle of like stress and all that stuff. Like, because I was binging on a YouTube, it would be late. And then the next day, like, I'll get on it tomorrow. I'll get on it tomorrow. It's definitely, but then you slept late, so you gotta wake up late. You wake up late, and then you repeat the cycle again. And then you hate yourself. You kick yourself because you're like, man, I screwed up again. This time I'll do it right. And then you're like, no, but I gotta catch up on the news. You gotta catch up on the news. This was me before. Oh, okay, and another thing. They say like if you do something for more than 60 days, it becomes a habit. So I was thinking, since I already went to Japan for 2 weeks, and I was off the news for 2 weeks, why not try to go for 60? Build some good habits. And so that's where I'm at. This little armpit of his is gonna just be a distraction. Gotta block it out. Ugh. Ugh. That's not hair. It's a bicep. I mean tricep. Okay. I have to really do some deep digging. What do I value more in life? Where do I want to be? How am I gonna get there? Make some big changes. You know? Big changes. I want to start doing a drawing every single day. A quick sketch. I want to do 2 episodes a day. I mean a week. Get back into teaching and all that stuff. I just want to produce hella art and just have fun doing it, and making a living off of it too, without having to work on a living as in producing my own stuff, like a comic or you know. So far, I'm enjoying watching your stream and color correction a drawing of Samurai Jack and ass. Actually, cool. Cool, man. Can you draw? People are always ask for that. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do which character. I know that's pretty popular. Maybe I'll do that for the Anime Expo. Got any suggestions of what I could draw for Anime Expo? Yeah, you guys, anybody watching in the future, let me know. What do you guys think I should draw for Anime Expo? What do you guys like me to see? I'm gonna do some, or just in general. I think that's a much needed strand there. No. Boku no Hero Academia. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see what we do. I think that's it. It's been about 2 hours, right, this stream? Attack on Titan, because the new season's out. Good point. Good point. I wanted to do Attack on Titan last time. Didn't get enough time. Attack on Titan, Ghost in the Shell, Breath of the Wild, I think. And Overwatch. 4th volume 4 outfit. Try to do something for that. I have to figure out actual structure of this collar here. This is the inside portion. No, it's pretty much ready to go. I could start coloring it or building values on it, but I don't think I will. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy? Really? This weekend? That sounds cool. Yeah. I gotta do that. It's 2 a.m. the stream. Dude, Simo, where are you at? It's crazy. Go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Devotion. Devotion. Discipline. Discipline is devotion. Discipline is devotion. Going to sleep when you need to go to sleep so you can wake up early. Waking up early. Utilizing your time. Yes. That's dedication. One of the things I wanted to do or need to do is, well, that's what I'm doing now, is keep waking up, going to sleep early. Like, go to sleep at least 11, wake up at 7. That's it. And you wake up, feel refreshed. You feel like you can conquer the world, take over everything. Take over all the chores or tasks you want to accomplish that day. Yeah. That's important. What are the things you guys what can you do to improve yourself? For sure, don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. But I think it was important. What's important is that I was able to see one side. Otherwise, I'd just be always wondering what's over there. Just like nah, just nah. It was never necessary. Just have fun. Do what you love doing. Do what you love to do. Do it. Try to figure out this thing here. Should we have 2 of these things? Just because layers. Yeah. A little bit like that. Yeah. She's got four fingers. That's because they're being overlapped. So this will have 2 fingers there. I'm having trouble drawing hair moving naturally. Any tips? Yeah. Think of hair not as ribbons. And the flow of hair, there's a path, a general path, usually. Like 3 levels of path. There's this whole general path here that goes this way. So it doesn't go that crazy. But then there's also these big clumps of it. And the distribution between them, this is a big one. 3, 2, 1. And then you start to break up these small ones, these little ones that they're stragglers. It's always the rule of 3, rule of thirds. And as far as each individual strand, think of them as arcs. Everything follows an arc. Everything in a drawing has an arc to it. Like, I try to keep that flow in there in the character's body. If it's shorter strands, then it'd be C's. There's a whole YouTube video on that. I mean, I could spend a whole video on that. So get your big shapes out of the way first, and then break it up later. Yeah? Try that out. Hair can be difficult. And also know where the source is coming from. That's really important. Know where the source. They all kind of follow a source of origin. The head, of course, right? But this looks like, for example, this head here. It looks like it's coming from this area here. Oops. That's the best I can do for now in this short period of time. Cool, we got a lot done, I think. There's nothing left in this stage really to do, except for me to begin rendering it and drawing it. Wait a second, that's not the one. Is that the one we wanted? Yeah, I think that is the one. With the orbs. Is it? See, the orb's gonna get really, really difficult to manage. I spent a lot of time on it. No, that's not that one. I think that's the one. I do not like Kenta's arm. See? Back there it's like tangenting with her hair. So let's solve that right now. We can do one thing that's really simple. We can try to edit Kenta, or we can also edit him. That's not hard. Erase here. Simple fix. Now there's a clear indication of the outline of his back and his arm. But then there's also this arm part right here, that opening gap. I think that was important. Checking to see. So now there's a little negative space here to help us know that that's an arm. Checking it back and forth. Yep. I think that's about it. I think that's about it, you guys. Stream's gone long. This has gone long enough. Gone on for long enough. Thanks, guys, for joining the stream. Hope you guys found it useful. It was fun. Catch you guys later. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Dice, Garbage, Megamind, and Donkey, Homenass, everyone else. Catch you guys later. Take care.